A month of shutdown, gridlock, and political posturing. A month of misery for 800,000 government employees going without pay. In a sign of just how bad things are now, Kraft Foods Corporation opened a grocery pop-up store in Washington, giving away cheese, macaroni, mayonnaise, and so on to cash-strapped federal workers. The pain spreads across the country, on Coast Guard bases, at research laboratories, along the borders, and in airports. The partial government shutdown is hurting families and disrupting vital government functions. For example, the Transportation Security Agency reported that about 10% of its airport security screeners have been unable to report to work due to financial hardships.
We have to have an evidence-based conversation.
President Donald Trump and Democratic House Speaker Nancy Pelosi are no closer to an agreement.
I am here today to break the logjam.
On Saturday, Trump offered temporary protection to about 1 million undocumented immigrants in exchange for funding his wall.
The plan includes $5.7 billion for a strategic deployment of physical barriers, or a wall.
Democrats said no way, saying Trump must agree to end the shutdown before they'll talk about border security. Both sides have resorted to jabs, jibes, and juvenile antics. Speaker Pelosi suggested Trump dump plans for a televised State of the Union speech during the shutdown. In retaliation, Trump snatched away military aircraft Pelosi planned to use for a trip to Afghanistan.
That kind of pettiness, it does nothing for the American people, and it has reached a high water mark in my experience, and I've been here almost 50 years.
Polls show Americans are weary of the dysfunction in D.C. About 60% in a recent poll disapprove of Trump's handling of the shutdown. The economic damage is mounting. According to the financial services company Standard & Poor's, the U.S. gross domestic product loses $1.2 billion each week the government is closed, or about $1,984 a second. Jamie Dimon, who runs J.P. Morgan Chase, the biggest bank in the U.S., says if the shutdown persists, it will reduce growth to zero. Maybe everybody should start stocking up on that mac and cheese. Rob Reynolds, Al Jazeera, Washington.